Hey mamas, it's Lindsey from Lactation Link popping in to give my 2 cents on this week's topic of introducing solids and weaning. I'm a registered nurse and an international board certified lactation consultant, and I'm excited to just give you a little bit of peek inside. Lactation consultants do our best to support and guide families through the weaning introducing solids process, all while keeping families and parents in the driver's seat of their own journey. So here we go. Tips on introducing solids and weaning. The time that you end up weaning your baby is going to be individual from one family to the next. And a lot of times we feel pressure like, is this too soon to wean? Is this too late to wean? Is my baby too old to be breastfeeding? Things like that. And it's important to just own your own journey and set your goals and then adjust and adapt as you move through the process, because each baby is unique and each family situation is unique. So keep that in mind. I'll also say that the time that you choose to introduce solids is the time that weaning journey has begun. Even if complete wean is a little ways off, months or even years away, when we start solids, we begin that process. We follow the American Academy of Pediatrics recommendation to delay the introduction of solid foods until baby is 6 months old. There's really no reason to introduce solid foods before that, and it can actually displace those really new calories that come from breast milk. A couple of things that you want to keep in mind is that some babies at 6 months will be really ready and will take to eating solid foods right away, and others are going to take longer. It's a learned skill. Okay, you can look for that baby's sitting up unassisted, that tongue thrusting reflex has diminished. So anytime that you kind of put something up to their mouth, they stop pushing it away. Also that they have an increased demand to breastfeed around that time. So with that, I wanted to dispel 3 myths that are super common misconceptions when it comes to introducing solids. So one myth is, well, if I introduce solid foods at 4 months, my baby will sleep through the night better. Fiction. There's been several studies done that babies hitting that milestone of sleeping through the night has nothing to do with whether they're introduced solids or not. It's a developmental milestone that they're going to hit when they're ready, not according to anybody else's timeline, and not according to introducing solids. Okay. Another thing to keep in mind, just as a side note, is sometimes babies will sleep through the night and they'll do that well for a couple of weeks, and then they'll start night waking again down the road. Normal and a part of the ebb and flow of their growth during that common myth is that you have to have baby's first food be a pureed food. Absolutely not. We don't have to get expensive machines and blenders, and we don't have to spend hours and hours pureeing and freezing food. Really just use a fork, the food that your family is eating at the table, and make baby a part of that, family dining experience. And it's going to be the very best thing for them when it comes to introducing solids. Baby's born with enough iron stores to last about 6 months. So at 6 months, when we start to introduce foods, we want to introduce high iron foods. Okay. Which brings me to my 3rd myth, that food before 1. Wrong. Okay. Now, while breast milk or formula remains the main food source from 6 to 12 months, solids will fill in nutritional gaps. What that means is you want to make first and then offer solids second, okay? However, there are some nutritional gaps that start to form around 6 months, so we don't want to just forget about solids altogether until baby turns 1 year old. We want to introduce especially first and then offer solids second, okay? However, there are some nutritional gaps that start to form around 6 months, so we don't want to just forget about solids altogether until baby turns 1 year old. We want to introduce foods, and we want to do consistent practice. Don't get discouraged if baby doesn't take to solids right away. Like I said earlier, some will take to it right away, and some will take more time because that readiness isn't quite there. Touch on introducing solids. I want to let you know there's 2 approaches to completely weaning baby, and that's called mother-led weaning or child-led. So child-led weaning is really the simplest approach. Keep in mind it's probably not going to happen before about 18 months old, and not to mistake a distractible period in between 8 to 12 months for, baby's no longer interested in breastfeeding. That just means that they're more aware of their surrounding and they're more distracted, so they're going to have more snacks and rather longer feeding sessions, okay? But when it comes to child-led weaning, it's the easiest approach because you just let baby take the reins and you follow their, and then you can rest assured that your body is going to adjust its milk making and production according to baby's needs. That's child-led weaning. Mother-led wean is when mama guides the process because she's either made a decision that's best for her and the family's lifestyle, or there's some kind of medical condition that's creating urgency around weaning. We talk so much more about this and in depth in our courses, but one that I'll give you with mother-led weaning that you can use is that when you're wanting to do it gradually, but you're moving towards that goal of weaning, is you sing a song when baby gets put to breast. And as the sessions go on, the songs, you either sing faster or the songs. That's a wrap for me. It was so fun to hang out with you over on Milestones in Motherhood page today. I hope you guys learned something. If you have more questions on weaning, head over to my page at Lactation link. I'm gonna set up a question box so I can answer any of your questions. And as a teacher, and maybe you're not to this weaning stage yet, maybe you're pregnant or expecting a baby, I actually have a free training coming up, and all you have to do is swipe up to get registered, and I'll teach you all about how creating the best milk supply. Hope you guys are having a great day. See you later.